Hi guys, it's Rachel. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Please feel free to hit that subscribe button down below and leave a comment. Today I'm bringing you a cheap book haul. Just to preface, if you do not like classics, this is not going to be a haul for you because all of these are classics. I got all of these books for around $3 from Thrift Books, and I got 14 books in total, and they were all $56, which I think is great, especially considering all these books are for a class, and I don't really care about the condition they're in as long as they're readable. And all of these are in pretty great condition, except for one, and I'll address that when I get to it. This is my fourth time ordering from Thrift Books. I typically order classics or novels for my school work from them, but I have ordered more recent ones. They have really cheap books. Most of them are used, but they have really good quality of used. I know some people are really picky with books. I'm not. It just depends. If I want a nice book, I'm gonna spend the money. But if I want to spend, if I want a book to read, I don't care. I don't care. They're readable. Okay? So I'm gonna zoom you guys out so I can show these better. Also, do you like my hair? I tried to do more of a hairstyle. I don't ever do hair, but it's like my space buns to go with my space wall. So the first book I have is The City and the Pillar by Gore Vidal. Almost dropped it, of course. I have to read this book for a lit class. All of these I have to read for a lit class. I'm not going to say that after every book. If I know stuff about the book, I'll summarize it. If I don't, I'm not going to summarize it. I think if you really want a summary, go look it up. If I was reviewing them, I would include more of a summary, but I'm not for most of these. The next one I have is The Love Songs of Sappho. There are, I think, maybe I was mistaken. Well, there are pictures in here, illustrations to go with the poems or sonnets, I think. And I said I would address the one that I'm not particularly satisfied with, and that is The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. I don't really want to read this book just because it seems so boring. But this is the only book that has markings and highlights in it. There are even some post-it notes left over by the previous owner, which I was like, why didn't you remove those? But almost every page is written on. I personally don't mind it when it's a book like this and it's a classic, because I would write all over it anyway, which some people have issues with that. If you want to know how I annotate my books, leave a comment down below and I'll be glad to do a video on it, but I annotate all of my books for class. I don't annotate my books that I'm reading for casual reading, but all these and all of these next to me will probably get written in. I particularly would rather have it not annotated so I could annotate it, but I guess since this is a book I don't particularly want to read and study, it's kind of good to see someone else has studied before me so I can look off their notes if I'm feeling particularly lazy, I guess. I didn't expect this book to be so big. Every time I order from Thrift Books, it's online by the way, and do expect to have some cover variations. They mentioned that, but I have ordered from them, and every time I ordered from them, I've gotten to a book in each order that I'm like, wow, it's way bigger than I expected. And this is the book from this order, and it's Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman, which is all poems, and I knew that, but I did not expect it to be this massive. My friend Leah, I'll link her channel up above. She is going to try to read this first, as opposed to I read another book first, but I don't know if I could read this without the help of someone. I'm really bad at interpreting poetry. But the next book is Plato on Love. Wow, I'm the worst. Again, this book does have some writing in it. Again, I really don't mind writing in my books as long as I can read the book. And I'm going to just briefly go over is The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I've already read this. I really don't know why I bought it. I guess maybe because everyone's on their list, but Ernest Hemingway's A Farewell to Arms. I read a couple of Hemingway's short stories. I even have his A Movable Feast. I bought that while I was in Paris because, I mean, it was at the Shakespeare & Co. bookstore. Obviously, I had to buy that book there. But I haven't read it yet, and I started to read it, and like every time I start, I'm like, oh my god, I freaking don't like Hemingway's writing, so I don't know how I feel about this. The next one is Eugene O'Neill's and Anna Christie, The Emperor Jones and the Hairy Ape. Oh, they're plays. Why didn't I like notice that when I opened it? Why am I just not? Okay, anyway. Sweet, plays are the easiest things to read. Great. The next one is Ruby Fruit Jungle by Rita Mae Brown, which I'm really excited I got this cover, by the way. Like, I think it's really pretty. I'm really excited to read this. Sorry, I'm really bad at book hauls. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. I hate summarizing things. Like, I'm not going to summarize the book for y'all. But I can talk about this one because I read it. Winesburg, Ohio by Sherwood Anderson. I enjoyed this book, actually. I mean, obviously it's set in a town in Ohio, and it's a bunch of like short stories that are like all cataloged, and they kind of have same repeating characters, especially George Willard. But it deals a lot with the idea of loneliness. Really interesting, and I really enjoyed it. I really like books that talk about loneliness and like the idea of being surrounded by people but yet you're so alone, and the thoughts of like your mental state versus your physical, and like a lot of you want to do this but you end up not doing this, and a lot of characters in here have like, I need to do this, and then they end up doing something completely opposite of what I wanted to do, and like physically but mentally they're thinking this, and I just really like that. It's a very interesting concept to me. And then the next three I kind of saved because they're three that I'm going to read during the holiday adventure-a-thon, and those are The Picture of Dorian Gray, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, and The Death of a Salesman. So you'll see these three soon. I am doing my vlogs and doing my wrap-up, hopefully. Hopefully I'll finish them during that readathon. But yeah, that was my haul. It's a lot of books. Let me see if I can even hold them up. I probably can't. It's a lot of books. I have weak arms. Like I said, all of these were really cheap. I like cheap books. I'll leave a link to Thrift Books down below if you want to go check their site out, but Jesus, I don't know if I can hold this. But that's all I have for you today, so thanks so much for watching. Leave a comment, subscribe, like. I'd love to talk to you guys in the comments. If you have any other classics you want me to read or check out, please, I love them. But yeah, have a nice day, guys. Bye! Why are English professors crazy? That's just what I want to know.